Should we start a podcast, Christian? Are you down? What should we call it? Take it from a finance bro and a gym bro.
Okay. First off,
what? Tell me. Enlighten me. You don't know what you're gonna say. My name's Nathan.
why am I getting yelled at? What the fuck? Yeah? Why am I in trouble?
You're not in trouble.
It feels like it. I feel like I'm getting scolded right now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
God, you're so
I said you look like a finance bro.
Thanks.
Why you always trying to call me out?
You started. You genuinely
I said you look you said you look good. I said finance bro and gym bro.
No, when you first got here, like, what the fuck are you wearing? And I was
No.
like, what?
I literally dressed very similarly last week. Introduce yourself. People don't even know who you are, dog.
Damn.
Do you even know who you are?
You know what's funny? I was just talking about this with my mom.
Oh.
I'm being so genuine. She came over the other night.
You mean last night?
No.
Oh, yeah. It
was the other night.
It was Wednesday night. My bad.
Yeah. She came over and we were just, I haven't like ever really talked to her about like just anything.
Okay.
So.
Never spoken to my mom either.
No, I'm being so fucking, no, like, I don't know.
You don't talk to your mom?
Not about like personal shit.
Okay. You invited her over?
Yeah, we just kind of.
Ooh, she must have known then.
I needed some things I needed to like talk about in general, and then I was just like, yeah, I don't know what the fuck I am anymore. So yeah, I don't know who I am, Nathan. I'm learning it every day.
I'm happy to accompany you on this journey of self-discovery, Christian.
Thanks, man.
We should like host like a little game show where I don't know what the premise is, but a curtain needs to be involved.
A curtain?
Yeah, where it's like
why
behind curtain number 1 is like life path number 1.
That sounds like let's make
a
deal.
And then we could just decide on the spot the next like 20 years of your life. Do you have so you know how people have like 1-year plans or like 10-year plans or like 5-year plans? Do you ever think about that kind of stuff?
Can I be so just genuine? Nope.
Okay.
I have no fucking clue.
Sure. You just go day to day.
I'm just kind of like, let's just see what today is going to bring and see what tomorrow's going to bring and just keep going. I feel like I have really like short-term goals for a bigger goal in the future that I don't know what it is yet. But I know I'm working towards something. I just don't know what.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. There's like a thing that people will say where it's a thing where people tend to overestimate what they can do in a year, but underestimate what they can do in 5 years. Mm-hmm. And I guess that makes sense for people to think about it. I haven't really thought about it recently. I feel like I've done it before. Like it's an exercise where you practice to like draw like your plans for like your vision for the next foreseeable future.
Sure.
But I feel like there's been so many like factors that have changed in my life that it needs a good update.
Yeah, I think a lot of things have definitely changed.
Yeah.
Like just in the past year and a half.
Yeah, for sure. Just the world is changing so fast, man. There's always something to catch up with. It's crazy. All these once in a lifetime events that we're living through.
It's too much. Over it. Done
with
it.
I was talking to you last night, and we wanted to save it for the podcast about bodybuilding, specifically the sport of bodybuilding, like the IFBB, whatever. Like we went to Mr. Olympia, for example, last October, and that was like our first exposure to like the world of bodybuilding, and like obviously we knew it was a thing in the past, like people getting super shredded, but I never like really paid attention to that. Like, I guess it's a sport, right? It's a sport.
I feel like it's a sport, and now it's not even a sport. It's more of like a lifestyle for people. So
yes,
it's
so that's I'm getting to that point where like I think so. It's like the sport itself has been around for a while, but I think recently it's gained a lot of like popularity because of social media. You have like these these lifestyle influencers, these fitness influencers like Sam Solik or like. Even like the Chris Bumstead, which is the reigning champion in I guess like the classic division is what it's called.
Is it?
Yeah, because there's like 2 divisions, like the classic and the bodybuilding, from what I've understanding. He's got like his like Instagram and YouTube that he makes videos on.
Yeah.
There's just so many fitness influencers. It feels like between like Sam and like Togi and Alex Eubank and like.
But when you talk about like certain influencers, those aren't influencers anymore. They're doing stuff to shock you to get those views.
Sure, but they're still attending these events and bringing exposure to them. Like they all. So like recently, I think this is why like got brought up is because there was like the Arnold, like the Arnold whatever amateur or something, that Sam competed in, and like I'd been watching Sam for a while, just like. Because he just uploads daily, and I like discovered him on TikTok at first, and then I started watching his YouTube videos, and you could tell that he had always wanted to try and compete in one of these competitions, but like never really did. And he finally did it, like a local one that he had. And then that was like a week before his like first like professional show. And he competed in it and won.
Oh no, the amateur to get his pro card.
Yes.
Yeah.
So now he can like or like compete in the pro leagues.
Yeah. After one show is insane.
Yeah.
And apparently he had no coach,
Right.
no one helped. It was just him.
I mean, because of his status as being like somewhat like an influencer, he did have like certain people like come and help him like throughout. But he basically did it all on his own, which is crazy.
But do you think because he's an influencer, is that why he won? Or do you think he won because he was the best?
Yeah, I don't know. People have debated it online. I feel so for me, when I watch these things, like I don't know like what I'm looking for.
I don't either.
Like, cause you could have like a guy that's bigger than another guy, but I think a lot of it has to do with like proportions, you know? So just because you're bigger doesn't necessarily mean you're better. It's more of like, is your body proportionate to itself? Or like, are your like striations? I really don't know what they're looking for. But from people that do know what they're looking for, I've heard that arguably it's like Sam wasn't the best looking person, but he won because it's bringing popularity to the sport.
Damn. Do you think that means that in the future at Mr. Olympia, if he gets to that level, which I feel like he won it now. He won, so he can compete.
He can compete, yeah.
Do you think if he does compete and wins, do you think that's going to be like the big thing, and then it's going to turn on the influencers at that point because everyone's like, well, fuck these guys because they're just using their popularity to win?
I don't think they would turn on the influencers more if that were to be the case than they would turn on the actual like the judge and the sport itself because that's kind of like the same argument that people make when you know so-and-so artist wins an Oscar just because they're like a woman or like a person of color or something. Where like a lot of people make that argument. It may not be the case, but people like find a reason to like talk shit about someone's like judgment on like whatever.
But it's in every situation.
Exactly. Yeah. I think it's weird though because I was like debating with myself and like kind of with you if it's more so the case that the sport has gotten more popular recently because of influencers or because we're more interested in this niche. That we're just becoming more, or we're just discovering it,
like you and
it's always been, yeah.
Well, okay, so when I used to work at the entertainment company,
okay,
we hosted a fitness convention, so I was kind of like exposed to that kind of environment. That when we went to the Mr. Olympia, I was like, oh, this is like a show floor. I know where this is. Like I had an idea of what was going on, more so than other people. But even back then, it wasn't as popular. It didn't like. There was thousands of people at that event that I worked at, but it was nothing compared to what it felt like in Vegas.
Sure.
Vegas felt like a whole nother beast. And I worked at that event 10 years ago.
And like the infrastructure around it, like there's more brands and stuff there or
more
people?
Brands, more people, more life. It felt like it was like when I did work it was, you know, fitness.com or whatever health magazine. It wasn't like, it was
it wasn't like individual companies.
It wasn't individual companies. It was very strong, tried and true brands. Bodybuilding.com was a big thing. Like
I got you.
Those things.
It seems like it was more traditional back then. Whereas now it's more like people with their own like little companies that they started. It feels almost like fresh and young energy.
It kind of, you know what it felt like to me? I kind of, this is why I liked it so much. It felt like a farmer's market, like dedicated and targeted to people who are very interested in those things.
Okay.
Whereas the other one felt more of just like an expo.
I got you.
You know? So I definitely think social media is the reason why it's so popular.
You're saying the new one. Wait, which one feels like a farmer's market?
The new one feels like a farmer's
they're talking about the old one.
No, the old one feels just like it feels like you're going into corporate.
Like a dated, stale something, like experience.
Everything was kind of like the competitions had the same competitions were the same, you know, things like that, but it wasn't as popular. There wasn't people watching it like crazy. It was empty seats all around.
It seemed like almost the I mean, again, I don't know, but I would assume that the demographic was like people that were just like super into this really niche thing of like bodybuilding that didn't have much of a platform at the time.
Exactly.
And it was like a little community. Whereas now, like when we went to Mr. Olympia, like people have cameras, people are like trying to vlog. Everyone wants to become an influencer, like a fitness influencer. And there's like all these little brands like that are, you know, capitalizing on all that stuff. Like give us a follow on social media and you'll like get this like free protein bar.
Oh my god, bro. We followed so many accounts and got so much free shit. My stomach hurt the entire weekend.
Do you think it's just like a younger demographic that's going into it? Like that's like interested in it and it's like bringing like a youthfulness to the sport?
Yeah, cuz there was a lot of like kids, like teenagers, like I think the age range that was there was honestly 15 to 50.
Yeah.
Like, that was like that's a big.
You get like the
demographic
old
to
school people.
Yeah.
That like were there in like the Ronnie Coleman, like
Jay Cutler.
Arnold like era that kind of like seen the sport evolve,
And
you got all this like fresh energy coming in, bringing like a youthfulness. Honestly, too, it's like watching all these people on Instagram. It almost kind of it feels like the organic path to like be interested in it. So I almost wonder what it would have been like, because I get jealous like seeing like high schoolers and stuff at the gym. Because they're probably exposed to the same content that we're exposed to, like the Sam Suliks and like.
But also, they're if that's the case, we get exposed to people who are doing steroids and like promoting trend,
which means they are too.
That means they are too. Which means they're fucked.
Yeah, I mean, if they decide to do it, yeah.
It's a
but
high
like
school
you're
kid,
also
bro.
exactly you're at the age where you don't know anybody.
Yeah.
So you're like, I just want to get
So
big.
I'm kind of glad that we didn't have this, because if we had this kind of like direct.
Like that was the culture.
That was the culture.
Yeah.
Our life would be so different.
But also,
oh, no.
I feel like I would have been more excited to like start training at like 16 or something.
Yeah, but you would also be doing trend.
No, probably not. I don't know.
You don't think you would?
Yeah, I
A
don't know.
little
It's hard to
cycle,
say.
just one cycle.
That
the
young,
amount of times
honestly,
that we fuck around
I
and say that, even though we never would.
I wouldn't do trend. That's crazy, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I would probably try like testosterone or something if I was
Exactly.
younger. I was doing worse shit probably at that time.
exactly. That's what I'm saying. Is
Yeah.
like, and then you get addicted to it because you like the results, and then here we go.
I think also there's a lot of money in that industry as far as like selling supplements or like proteins.
Oh, like that on the side, or in
yeah,
general?
like the idea of like starting a fitness brand seems very lucrative because there's a lot of potential to like push a product.
Yeah, but it's a lot of overhead doing that.
Is it?
So,
Yeah.
well, yeah. You order 1,000 brownies you think are going to be delicious, and
But
they
also,
taste like shit to
it could
everybody
just
else.
Yeah, it could be like fitness clothing too.
That still has a lot of overhead too, though. That's just inventory. You're sitting on it.
Yeah, yeah, because I guess so, huh?
The reason why I feel like the fitness influencers are doing what they're doing first, where they're doing trend to get bigger, is to get the shock value, to get the views, to get the audience,
Yeah.
and then they launch a product, and then they launch this, and then
see.
they do that. So
Yeah.
they have they're basically investing in themselves by buying these steroids and getting themselves fucking just yoked.
Well, yeah, you're not gonna take like advice from someone that looks small,
Exactly.
You
So
know?
they get yoked. They're telling you they're doing gear, getting yoked.
or not even that. They're pretending they're not doing gear and being like, oh, it's because I take my pre-workout that you can get on sale now.
It's EcoVision fucking.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on, dog. Like, you're fucking huge.
It's crazy because I wanted to. So like, obviously, the shirt that I'm wearing, it's like a compression shirt.
Yeah,
And-
yeah.
And you don't like it?
I mean, I don't mind it. Where are we going after this? We're going to play pickleball.
Yeah.
So why the compression shirt? You brought.
I don't know. Just wear it.
Yeah,
It's
I
just a shirt.
understand, but
You hate on my shirt?
I'm just confused because we're going to play pickleball. It's sunny outside. You brought suntan lotion,
Yeah. Well, sunscreen. Yeah.
sunscreen, with this shirt.
Yeah. What's the problem?
I'm just confused.
What's confusing about it?
Are you wearing this shirt while you're playing
Yeah.
pickleball? So you're gonna have the farmer's tan of a lifetime today?
You think I don't think I'm gonna get that tan. I don't know.
Okay.
If I wear
All right.
sunscreen,
We'll see what happens. What do you mean?
maybe I'll switch.
Wait.
I did bring another shirt, just in case. Anyway, the point I was gonna try to make before I was rudely.
You talked about your shirt. You said you.
Yeah, 'cause I was trying to make a
you don't
point
like
about
my
it.
Shirt? Okay, sorry. Go ahead. Continue with the shirt. Go ahead. Sorry. I'm sorry. I apologize. Please.
Yeah, bro.
Continue.
We're supposed to elevate each other and not bring each other down.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
It's just a funny shirt with the pants Okay, sorry. Continue.
Anyway, I was gonna say, Young LA sells a version of this shirt for I don't know, $35. I bought a 3-pack for $30 on Amazon.
Brandon.
So exactly, and it's like it's one of those things too where you like see people at the gym with their I'm wearing the Young LA. No, I'm wearing the fucking what's the other one? The Gymshark.
I'm gonna be so real.
It just doesn't.
I don't pay attention to anyone else.
Well,
but you notice that all the time. I do notice that. We'll be
Yeah.
like, I'll be on the bench, or like I'll be doing flies or something. Like, oh, he has a fucking some anime shirt or something.
Yeah, well, anime is different because that's like a show. The one that I used to see a lot that I didn't really realize, I was like, why does everybody have these like wolf graphics?
Oh, the big wolf.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I forget what company that is.
Me too. This one I forget, but we saw
Like
it.
wolves.
We
I
saw
think
it
it's
at
called
the-
wolves or something.
We saw it at Mr. Olympia.
Yeah, apparently it's massive.
Yeah.
like a big. I'd never heard of it
Dude,
before.
I could have got a free tattoo of a fucking wolf. Remember? They were doing tattoos
Oh,
of
yeah.
the logo. That's Oh, I could never.
See, I could never, bro.
Not
you know
a
what it is for me?
logo.
I think I was thinking about this on my drive home yesterday. I think I just have like commitment issues, and then that's part of it. Is like
Nathan, we
like
know that.
having like committing to a tattoo on my skin.
It's not that bad, dude. Like they're fine.
Well, yeah, because you don't have that. I do.
You don't think I have okay?
Obviously not. You're committing to something that's going to be on you. It's like life decisions. What?
Did you forget that I was committed for a while, and then I was like, wait a minute, just kidding. I'm not committed anymore. And then I ended my big, long commitment.
Sure. Well, okay, so maybe mine are more severe than yours, but you still have them. Because that's a big deal.
Are you talking about in general? Well,
yes.
no,
Okay, to bring up your point, like, yeah.
I don't think
like finding
so.
a wife, for example. Like, that's a big commitment. And then once you do it, at least for me, I'm like, wow, okay, this is like one less life decision I need to make, but this is like now the trajectory that I'm going.
Yeah, I thought that too. And then things changed.
That's right. Well, yeah.
But things
well,
always can
ideally, I
change.
don't get a divorce.
Ideally, no one gets a divorce.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's a big decision.
It
Like,
is.
like when I get married, I'm not thinking like, oh, I have like one foot out the door. Like, I can divorce this person at any point.
I don't think anyone gets married thinking
Exactly.
that. It
So
just
that's what I'm saying.
happens.
It's like a big, it's like one of those life markers where it's like once I get past it feels like such a big decision because it's like a decision you have to live the rest of your life with.
I understand that, but are you telling me that like even if at somewhere down the line you're not feeling it anymore, you're still gonna say? No matter
No,
what.
but that's not something I'm actively thinking about.
No, I understand that. It's not until anyone actively thinks about, but it's a thought that happens at the like when you get to a
Sure,
point.
but I don't want to
happens.
think about that. I don't know.
No, I know, but it's a thought that inevitably could possibly cross your mind. You know, and it's not saying like you have to think about it.
Sure,
when you're starting,
yeah. I'm
but
not a fucking.
You just have to have that.
I'm not
You have to know that
trapped.
it's like it's an option. Okay, good. As long as you know that you're
Yeah.
not trapped. No, because I feel like you're saying that once you get married, you're trapped, and no matter what you do, like there's no out. That's what like I feel like you're kind of conveying with.
Well,
this.
I mean,
And that makes
there
me
kind of
worried
is
for
to an
you.
extent though, especially when you have a kid. I think too, like. I feel like when you have a kid, I don't want to have like raise a kid in an environment where he has like two separate homes, you know?
I get that, but you also have to like
Like I'd rather
think
just suck
about-
it up for like the betterment of the family.
and that's very noble, but that's not healthy for anybody. It's like that hurts you,
I-
that hurts
I-
your family.
That's part of
even
where
more,
like the
too.
love is probably tested the most is when you're no longer like have the same feeling, but you're like sticking through it.
You think so? I think that's just lying.
Because it becomes bigger than yourself.
No, but I feel like you're lying to not only yourself, you're lying to your partner, you're lying to your
You're
child.
not lying. If you're coming to terms with it, I don't think you're
if
lying.
you're coming to terms with not being in love with your partner, but you stay around for the child, are you gonna let your partner know that?
No,
Why not?
because
If that's
I don't
not-
think that'd be.
that's not-
I don't think
that-
that'd be fair.
Exactly, because I'm not open and honest. So you're lying to your
I'm
partner.
not. No.
Yes,
it's-
that's omitting. That is such a that is a big omission of truth right there. If you're not in love with somebody, I feel like you have to tell
Well,
them.
I guess what benefit would be like me saying that only brings out negative consequences.
I understand that, but Nathan, you not saying it only brings out negative consequences.
No, because it'd be if I'm okay with if I'm coming like I said if I'm come to terms with it, then it's fine.
yeah, but subconsciously, you don't think you're gonna feel a certain type of way against you. Like
I think
now your
subconsciously
wife
I'm
and
gonna
then
feel
your
okay
son- your
because I'm
child?
taking. I think subconscious. Sorry, I didn't mean to like.
No,
overtalk.
you're good. You're good.
I think like subconsciously, I'd be more so okay with it because I feel like it's become bigger than me, and I'm like making a decision as like a quote unquote man, like I'm manning up.
I understand that, and trust me, I get what you're saying. But you have to think about it this way: the moment you fall out of love with somebody,
Yeah.
and it's happened. It's like they shut off as like I personally, when I fell out of love, I just like, oh, okay, I know, I see they're like
Sure.
I used to love them, I still have love for them, but I don't have that same feeling.
I was gonna say I don't think
you're gonna treat your spouse differently if you don't love them anymore. That's a fact. So you're gonna hurt them because they don't know why you're treating them that. They don't know what's going on. They don't know what's happening, and then they're gonna feel insecure, and then they're gonna hurt, and then your child's gonna. It's just like it's all a trickle. Like if you're not in love with somebody, you have to talk to them about it because if not, you're just hurting. You're hurting everybody.
I don't think I'd ever get married to somebody that I'd fall out of love with. I think I'd have to. I think I'd have to know.
Not, I know, but it's not something you can control. It just happens. It's not. I didn't choose that.
I mean,
nobody chooses to fall out of love with somebody. You would love to. I would love to love the first person I fell in love with and love them the entire life.
Sure.
That's the fucking dream.
If you think about it, though, like divorcing didn't really become as popular as it is now until like the 60s. And it was very taboo for like couples to get divorced back in the day.
Yeah, but think about how upset our great grandparents must have been.
Honestly, suicide rate was at the lowest it's ever been. So like, I doubt,
My great grandma told me, or my grandma Tina told me that her grandma hated her husband.
Yeah,
but had to stay.
They stuck it through.
Yeah, but my
family.
great grandma treated my great great grandma treated my great grandma like shit, who in turn treated my grandma like shit.
The strongest of men we've ever had.
God, I'm just.
I get your point, but I almost wonder like what would make me happier, like getting the divorce and like being free and then being like and like dealing with the repercussions of that, or like peace of mind knowing I'm like keeping this thing like this family together. Like that almost might give me more happiness than like going through with the divorce. It's hard to say because I've never been in the situation. Like I don't know.
Well, as someone who was in this situation, kinda without a kid.
Yeah. Well, obviously it's different if you don't have a kid. I'm talking like strictly if you have a child.
Okay.
Like keep the family for the.
Even if I had a child, I feel like, depending on when I did have it, like with my ex, it would definitely have changed things.
Yeah.
But I feel like if it was towards the end of the relationship, it wouldn't have changed anything, because at that point, I feel like we were both.
Were you like so when you married your wife? Were you like head over heels for her? Like you were like, she's the one. This is my dream girl. Like that's it.
Yeah. And then life changed. Like it wasn't like my mindset changed. After the pandemic, I wasn't the same person. You know, like once it hit, I was like, oh shit, like everything's cool. We're out. I'm like staying at home. I'm like working from home, doing nothing basically. And then things just kept going by, and I was like, okay, I don't like how I'm living my life. I don't like this. I don't like this. So I started changing my own mindset. And once my own mindset changed with myself, and it wasn't anything that she was doing wrong, nothing like my mindset changed. And our lives changed, and that can happen. It didn't have to do anything with her, what she was doing. She wasn't doing anything wrong. I wasn't doing anything wrong. We didn't cheat on each other. It's just mindsets changed. Yeah, and that can happen. Do you think that tends to happen less as you get older? You think? Because if you're at a young age where it's like, say you don't have your shit together and you're ready to like start getting your shit together, but your partner isn't on board or they don't have that same mindset as you. Obviously, it's gonna feel like they're dragging you down, right? Because like you're trying to like improve yourself, and they're kind of like just stagnating. Do you think like once you get to that point though, where you feel like you are happy with yourself and you don't need to make any more changes, and you're comfortable like with who you are and how you're presenting yourself, that you would still run into those issues? I just feel like you'd be less likely to have that like mindset shift in a relationship that's so drastic that it causes you to split. Drastically, yes.
Yeah.
I do feel like because we are ever evolving, ever learning, that as humans, you always want to evolve. We're always trying to evolve, which means we're always trying to get better. We're always trying to learn. Yeah. Even if not such a big drastic change, there's always a change. Like you even said last episode, you want to do something notable this year.
Right.
That's you literally saying that you want to evolve.
Yeah.
Which is,
but not such a big change. Like but it's like drastic enough to where like you have to split with your partner because they're not on board.
It could happen.
Like if I wanted to go like on like a ski trip, Yeah, but
that's fine. That's not a drastic change.
Yeah.
We're talking but you're talking about like if you want to do EMS training and do all that stuff, that is a dedication of time. That's a dedication of money. That's a drastic change. So if your partner's not on board with that, are you going to stop? Do you want to stop living a dream that you would like to live because your partner isn't on board with that?
I guess like the start of the question was like, do you think throughout life you're going to have as drastic changes like that? Or do you think there comes a point where you're kind of like comfortable with your, like you said, you're established, like you're.
Yes, I feel like there's a point where it that will stop, but hopefully at that point I'm with the one that we built together. Because like
how long were you with your wife before you got married? Like how long did you guys date for? Because that could also be a factor. Like you didn't know enough about each other.
It was definitely a factor for sure. I think it was like a year and a half.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
Because that's the other thing too. It's like, do you really know like if you're ready to spend like the rest of your entire life with somebody after like a year and a half? Yeah.
I mean, I thought I did. Yeah. Granted, it was like my first real big relationship.
Okay.
That was kind of like a.
Sure. I mean, that's how most people do it. Like everyone back home that I know that's like married already. Like they're just either married their high school sweetheart or like someone they met in college. It's honestly a mindset thing. Like a lot of people, even I sometimes think like that's the easier route. You know.
I mean, I didn't think it was an easier route. I thought it was the
yeah.
the route. I was like, wow, like the girl.
This makes sense.
Yeah, I fell in love with her. This is it.
Like it's hard to find a reason not to, other than like your own self. Like I want to experience more women or like whatever.
I didn't even have that feeling.
I feel like I don't even have that feeling.
I still don't have that feeling.
Like talking to my brother, I remember because my brother definitely has that feeling before he got married. Was because he got married at like 30 something, like 30, I don't know, 38 or something, almost 40 basically. But his whole thing was like, no, you got to go out there. You got to date a bunch of women. You have to try to like see what you like and what you don't like. And I couldn't imagine like only being with one girl for the rest of your life. It's like so hard because you're always thinking like what else is out there. And like I try hard to like relate with him because he'd be always like, oh, you have to go out there and like fuck a bunch of girls and whatever.
Yeah.
But like I don't know. He's like my brother, but I also like never like really had that mindset either. Like yes, it's fun. Like I think the idea of doing that's great. But the actual act of it, I find, can be a little exhausting. That's me personally.
I've never done. We've discussed this like not on the podcast, but I've never done that.
Yeah,
I've never had a one night stand. I've never like gone out to like I'm gonna go hook up with a woman. And this is like I've never done that.
I get the idea, like the concept behind it. Like you wanna, like
the concept of hooking up with women.
Well,
that you don't know.
Like figuring out what it is that you want, like trying out a bunch of different things until you're like, I like this quality of this person, but like that aspect of this person, and then that way I know when I find the person if they like check all those boxes, like wow, I found my person.
Now, is that just like how you're speaking, like mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually? What do you mean by that? Like what boxes?
Like what qualities?
Yeah, what boxes are you looking for to be checked?
I don't know.
Haven't looked. I don't know. Dude.
That's what I'm saying. I think that's where it starts to make sense. His argument
is checking. It's
like understanding what those things are that you seek out, because you don't know until you like. You might not know what you like or what you don't like about something or about a quality in a person until you've like dated them long enough to you start to like realize those things, or B, you've dated enough people to pick up on from like different qualities from different people over time. And like I get that, but also part of it feels like kind of shitty in that if
to date around and then
where it feels like I'm just, like using these women to like for my own self betterment.
Yeah. Do you think that
But like they're getting something out of it too though now, right? Like they're also like men and women are on the same exact journey.
They are, yes.
You know what I mean? So maybe you don't have to feel bad.
People
yeah,
on the same
exactly.
journey.
Everyone's trying to figure it out. So maybe I don't need to feel bad about it. As long as you're clear.
I feel like in certain situations you have to feel there's some situations that we both have like done shit that we probably shouldn't have done, and I feel like we both learned from those situations, which is good. But going forward, I don't know.
That's the other thing, like making mistakes for like making your own mistakes in relationships that like, oh, I shouldn't make that mistake anymore.
Oh my dude, that's why I'm grateful that I was married.
Yeah,
because I did make so many fucking mistakes. Like there's so many things that I did wrong. I don't recognize who that person is anymore.
Yeah,
like
it's like when you haven't had sex for a while, and you're like, there's like a girl that you really want to have sex with, but you're like, maybe I should just like find a random girl, just like practice real quick. That way I can like put my best foot forward.
I know exactly what you're talking about, but like that to me seems so.
That's
shitty
more
too,
like
bro.
It's for your own betterment.
That's so shitty, bro.
But
I've never done that.
It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be shitty.
No.
If it's like, okay, say there's a girl that like I want to pursue, and I like want to show her a great time, and like sexually I want to be like on point.
Sure.
Physically.
You can't improvise in the moment?
I don't think there's any harm in before it gets like serious or even like I don't know anything. Before you even like went on a date or something, let's say. Like you go out to a club one night and you find a girl that you vibe with that you're both are like down to like hook up that night, one night stand. Like I don't think that's bad.
I don't understand the concept of a one night stand. I'm gonna be so fucking serious.
Okay.
Because I don't get it. Because like you don't call
what is there
them
not to get
after.
about
You don't. There's no like follow up. Like, are you good? Like, I hope you're having a good. I don't know. I just feel weird.
Well, it feels weird
so
until you
weird.
wake up the next morning and then you're like, I don't want to see this person anymore.
I've never had that feeling though.
Oh. Well, you never had a one night stand. Then.
I know, but I've never like, even after anyone I've slept with.
You've never had someone in your bed where it's like, all right, you can go home now. You've never had that feeling?
No.
Interesting.
It's
not. I mean, I don't.
Have you?
Yeah, for sure.
I feel like I'm very not picky, but I'm very like selective of like who I let into my life intimately, like that, you know? Because that's just, I don't know, it's important to me.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that kind of goes back to what I was saying earlier about like the difference between me and my brother, where he very much is.
Yeah,
like
but
that.
It sounds like it's not with you. If you've had that feeling of like, oh my god, like why are you in my bed still? You know what I'm saying? Because I've never had that feeling.
I mean, I've had it. I don't have it like consistently.
No, I know, but it's just
I think where the confusion is like his idea of thinking is like sleep with as many women as possible to figure out what it is you like.
No, I get that. No, I for sure understand his point. I just don't understand like if you, because that's kind of feels like you're doing the same thing. If you're doing that, because he was doing that out of his own benefit to find out what he likes, whereas you're hooking up with some girl out of your own benefit so you can hook up with a different girl properly.
I probably yes. But I've maybe done that like once or twice, not like
not consistently.
I'm not making like an active effort to go out and do that. Okay, I guess is the difference.
Okay, it kind of sounded like you.
No, I mean that's not you know.
No, I know, but it just sounded like that's what I was trying to like. Get out of here. That's not.
But it is weird because, finding that person, it's like, what if you find them like early on, but it's just like you're not ready, you know.
What do you mean?
Like your time, like I don't know. There's
like the love of your life.
Yeah, exactly.
If it's the love of your life, you'll know.
Yeah, I guess so.
I
mean, you said you knew.
I know. I thought I knew. That's what I'm saying. Mindsets change. Life changes. Yeah. Everything can change, which is why you don't go into a marriage thinking about divorce, but you go into marriage knowing that it's a possibility because anything can happen. You're not like, okay, well, we could get divorced. You're not thinking like that.
Yeah.
You're just
as soon as you start thinking about it, that's like it shouldn't even be on the table.
No, for sure, it should never be on the table. But you have to understand that it is something that is a reality.
Well, I think everybody knows that they can get a divorce.
I know, but you have to. I feel like people who like push it away and like that's never gonna happen. Those are the people who end up staying because they feel like they have to stay because divorce has never been something they've ever had. Like,
I think it's like a last resort. Like
it's definitely a last.
I think you should you should do a lot of fighting for the relationship.
Absolutely.
Prior to,
but sometimes
you do everything in your
but when the fight when the fight is you're done fighting, there's nothing to fight for. You can't fight. Yes,
anymore, and that if it gets to that extreme, then I think you should get a divorce. Yeah.
And it happens. It's not fun. It's not something you want to do. It's not something anyone wants to do.
That's why it's a little concerning too, because I'm like, I do want to like date the person I marry for a while prior to getting married, because I want to be 100% sure that I do know.
Yeah.
And like, time's fucking ticking, you know.
Telling me, bro. Like, I
mean, no, whatever. Like I said, my brother didn't get married till he's almost 40, so.
Your brother's dope though.
Exactly. So are you?
He's a cool dude. Yeah, dog. My guy.
Got you, bro.
I do have do you have a list of dates that you would like take like certain women to, like depending on like how you feel about them? Does that make sense?
No.
No, you just do you have like a standard first date idea, or you just wing it every time?
I wing it. Do you?
I have a couple.
For someone that like says they don't do it a lot, you have like a lot of date spots.
Well, I mean, I had to for years. I had to be.
Oh, that's true.
I was on my shit, but now obviously I do not take any woman to the same place that I took her to.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So that whole list is just for not now. No, that's not true.
I have different lists. I have different areas.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
How did you find those? How do you find the split like these places
in LA?
Yeah, like how do you go about finding a good date spot?
I just find random spots and I'll go there. And
but like, okay, but how do you find that?
So I'm telling you, can we just fucking
imagine I go to random spots and then go there?
No, so if I'm driving on Ventura and I've driven down Ventura Boulevard for years and I see a restaurant that I've passed by over and over again, I'm like, I've never been there. Let me just pull over. And if I like the vibe, I like it, I'm gonna.
Wait, you're telling me you're just stopping, just going by yourself?
Sometimes, depending on what I'm doing.
What's the last place you did that with?
I don't want to give it away.
Do I know it?
Yeah.
Just tell me. Just say it.
Really?
Yeah.
That's how I found my sushi spot.
Oh, really?
For years and years, I was passing by.
But you were like a kid when you started going there.
I know.
You were just like, I want to go here?
Yeah, because me and my mom would drive up and down, because she would work over there. We would go up and down that road.
I see.
And then I was like, can we just pull over? She's like, yeah. And then.
Interesting.
That's just like the epitome of like a spot that you need to find. If you live in an area and you haven't driven around and just picked a random spot, hole in the wall, place that maybe mom and pop that you've never been to, go try it.
Yeah.
It could be the best food you ever had, and it'll most likely be super cheap too.
When me and Christian were not doing our cuts, we like made it a point to like every week try and go to a spot that we hadn't been to before.
Oh my
And that's honestly a fun experience because you obviously have like all the hyped LA spots that everyone has like known about that makes like the fucking LA infatuation lists or like must like eat spots in LA or like go to date spots in LA. But it's like those little spots that are kind of more slept on that not many people know about, where it's gonna be like a little more quiet, a little more intimate, but like the food is good and it's gonna feel more special to the girl.
Absolutely.
Because it's like they're getting like more of an authentic experience versus like a typical LA like date night experience.
Would you rather date a woman who wants that experience, or would they want the let's go to Elefante and have drinks here and do this?
I think that's fun every once in a while. Okay. And I get it. Like I think like dressing up and like having like a quote unquote like nice date night. I think that's where those like kind of things like fall into place.
Sure.
But if it's gonna be like a sustainable relationship that, you know, I don't want to. That feels like work to me to do all that kind of shit, and like it is, but I don't want it to feel like that.
Yeah,
whereas,
but wait, like setting up a big, not a big reservation, but like a nice,
yeah,
place?
Like a nice spot. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Versus, I feel like the quality of time would be like it'd be more loose and more fun going to like a random like mom and pops where like I know the owner kind of vibe, and it's just like it feels more fun and like more familial, like it's more a family. Homey. Exactly. Yeah. And I think my partner would agree with that.
I hope so.
Hopefully.
I hope that for you. I want that for you.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's a part of the dream partner. That's what you want in a dream partner is someone who would. Okay, that's good. Yeah. That's a great like baseline because that's what I would want. I want someone who wants, you know, I would love to go out and be elevated and wear suits and she wears a dress and have a good time, but also let's just go get some good dinner.
Let's just have a chill night. Let's drink some beer. I know you don't like beer, but I know, but. I want my wife to like down a pint with me kind of vibe, you know. I think that's just like the Midwest in me talking. Go to you. Oh my god.
Get the fucking yard.
That was crazy. That was on some alcoholic shit, bro.
Dude, that was so bad. That's what we first
that's like how my dad is too.
Yeah.
Not like he doesn't drink a lot, but when he drinks, he fucking drinks, bro. And it's he was fun when he drinks too.
Well, do you remember that night? So we went to Gyukaku one night, which is a Japanese barbecue here in LA. I don't know if there's an.
Yeah, they're all over the U.S.
Are they? Mm-hmm. So we went, and this was December. So we were just chilling. We just started hanging out, like just the two of us, and went there. And I wasn't really drinking at the time. I don't like beer, but I got a drink, and he got a fucking. Like a pitcher. No, it was a yard. It was
No, it wasn't.
It was a pitcher.
It was a pitcher.
He had a pitcher of beer, and then brought us 2 glasses, and he was like, "Oh no, we're not gonna need
just
that.
need one. I don't even need the glass. Just drink the pitcher."
He fucking drank the entire thing. He ate so much food. Then we went to Candy Cane Lane. We drove around there.
Oh my god, that was that same night.
And then
we went to an
escape room where you were drunk as shit.
The escape hotel.
I've never lost an escape room till that night because you were so fucked up, and I was like, "You motherfucker!" I was so mad.
But also a little distracted.
Yeah, you were.
No, it's crazy because whenever we do these like 75 hard challenges where I don't drink, I always feel like it's not. Like, it's probably the easiest aspect of it is the not drinking thing. But leading up to it, I'll get into these benders where I'm, like, drinking, like, 5 days a week.
Well, yeah, because we go out.
Yeah. Well, but even, like, I don't know. Like, there'd be times where I'm not going to say this.
Yeah, don't say that.
Yeah.
Nope.
But, like, yes, I'd be drinking a lot. And I'm like, damn, like, enough to the point where, like, I'm, like, starting to question, like, am I turning into an alcoholic? The fuck? And then that's why these little challenges are so refreshing is because I get to, like, take a step back and, like, go cold turkey. And then I'm like, okay, I am chill. I just have to, like, practice in moderation, you know?
I don't really, I like getting drunk is fun. Like, drinking is cool. But I'm not
I love fucking day drinking, bro. It's my favorite thing to do.
I don't even care. I just get tired. Okay, I get tired.
That sucks when you come down. That's why I gotta sustain it.
I don't want to sustain it. And like also I have to pee all the time after I drink. Like
you really you don't like drinking like that because of all this stuff?
It's just I don't like dislike it. I'm not like, oh my god, it's fucking Friday night. Let's get fucking like.
Sure.
I would rather get absolutely schmacked than get high as fuck and just enjoy my night, enjoy my day, and just kind of.
For me, it's like the opposite.
You rather get drunk?
I feel like if I'm gonna be in a social setting, I'd rather be drinking. I'd prefer to like wait to get high till I'm like either with like close friends or alone. And that's just because of like the nature of how I get when I'm high. Like I feel like I shut down a little bit.
You do shut down, but it's fun.
Because I get really high when I get high.
But I don't like.
No, you can like you're really good at like sustaining. like riding that line where you're still kind of like aware of everything, but also like I'm sure you're like feeling internally like cooked and like kind of a deeper level of relaxation.
Yeah, unless there's if there's like a blunt involved, it's over.
Yeah,
I can't handle it. And then I was with somebody the other night, and we were smoking a blunt, and my mouth got so I just couldn't speak. And
was that when we were seshing in the car?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I lost my train of thought, and it just kind of.
What's so funny though is that in that situation, because you told me that after the fact, and I was in my own, because I was also. If you were high, think about how I was, dog. And like, and so like I was sitting there and I'm like listening to you talk. I'm like, damn, how is he able to fucking keep his shit together so well? And then so like afterward, you told me that, and I'm like, bro, I was like looking up to you in that situation. Like I don't know how you did that. Like you were explaining the story, and I'm like, how is he able to tell the story so well? Meanwhile, I'm there like, wait, what? Like someone asked me a question. Like I don't know. I overthink a lot when I like get high. I also get like a weird underlying level of anxiety that kind of just like sustains itself in like the pit of my stomach that I just have to like power through. And then even it's crazy too because like when I first get high, I take the first hit, like it comes in hard. It's like a and then it's like starts to mellow out and plateau a little bit. And I'm always like, why the fuck did I get this high? Like I gotta chill. Like what am I doing? And then like I like get to that level. I'm like, I'll hit that again. And I'm like, why do I do this to myself, bro? Like, I honestly sound like an addict, bro. Like, that's like the fucking addict tendencies right there.
Well, okay. But it's always with each other, though, because and I feel like it's because we feel safe, you know?
Yeah, sure.
And I feel like that's also, like, what you need to, like, just get, like, a friend, like, someone you could do those kinds of things with where you don't, like, feel, like, super, because, like, I get anxious as fuck when I get high. I'm like, okay, all right, everyone knows it's okay, though. I'll be all right. And especially if you're I'm like, all right, like,
sure,
we're good.
Yeah,
and I think that's what helps. Like,
what it is that you start to question like you start to think that everyone's like questioning your, like the way you're acting. Yeah, and that's what I think. That's me. Is like I start to overanalyze myself. That's why I don't like so unless it's with somebody I like you or I feel super comfortable with or like Chloe or people where I can feel like I can just shut off my brain and like act fucking stupid and not have to like worry about like. Acting cool, calm, and collected.
Yes.
That's where I'm like, all right, I'm cool to just like sesh with you. Sure. But the second it's with somebody where like I work with them and they have like this perceived like notion of who I am, and I need to feel the need to protect that idea of myself. Really? I feel like I can't get high because I have to like be on my A game.
I need to start. I honestly, God, I need to employ that tactic when I talk to certain people. I need to.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I just get too stupid. Like, I honestly feel like I get too stupid. But it's like...
Sure.
Like, what the fuck? What am I supposed to do?
Yeah. So, like, there's certain times, even when I'm not sober, even when I'm not high, like, when I am sober, with certain people, and you may experience this as well, where I feel like I can't even be truly myself because I need to, like, put up this, like, front. Yeah. Where like I might be having like a bad day, but like this person like comes to me with like a certain energy, and I feel like the need to match it. Otherwise, otherwise I'm gonna feel like a dick or like I'm not interesting, or like I'm boring or something. So I have to always, Whereas like if I'm hanging out with you and I'm like having a good day, I'd be like, I'm just gonna act like how I would if I'm by myself.
Yeah,
you know. No. So yeah, I think it's important to have those relationships in life.
Oh, you have to. If you don't have that, then dude, like fuck. That's like I don't know how I would survive if I didn't have like that. Like it's just like cause like it's hard to just we both lived alone for a long time because you lived on your own. Now you live with Chloe, but even then it's just like you have opposite schedule, whatever. But if you don't have that like person, you can kind of just chill and unwind and really like unload off of, or like really just be yourself. Then you're fucked.
Right.
Your life is fucked.
Yeah, honestly, there was a time in my life where I feel like I was like the most depressed I was ever in my life was like a time period where I wasn't working, so I didn't have like a community at work, like at work, like coworkers. Yeah. I wasn't really going out because I didn't have like a friend group out here, so I was like playing Xbox a lot, talking to my friends from back home, and like the only person I like really talked to outside of them was like my brother who I lived with, and like even that relationship started to get like a little like rocky during that time period because of because like we were like always with each other, so we're like on top of each other a lot, and there is like a little bit of an age gap, so so like we didn't see like eye to eye on everything, I guess, or like relatability wise. But also like we had the YouTube channel, so it was like blend like work and life, and it never felt like there was like a break at any point.
Sure.
Kind of just like flowed all together. And it wasn't until like I found out like more of a community of people that are like around the same age as me and like have the same like energy as me and like, you know, like to do the same things as me, that I started to feel like myself like climbing out of that. And I think that's where I realized how important that is. Like having that, you know, those people around you where I can really truly feel like myself. Cause I would like almost like shelter myself to like get away from everybody because I just wanted to be like alone. But then once I could find that feeling still with other people, then I started to feel like a sense of belonging.
Yeah.
If, you know what I mean?
I get that. I feel like a lot of people, especially like they don't live in LA and they come out here and they kind of like start like in, like just getting out here, they have to find that home basically.
Sure. That's like the hardest part, I feel like. It's like if you move to the city, it's like that first 2 years, like finding your like tribe and your community and getting established. If you can get past that hump, I think you can like probably like live out here the rest of your life if you wanted to.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. But I also feel like that also kind of tests like how, because I was also like when I split up with my ex, I kind of shut off. Like when I was with her, I shut off all my friends from like my past, like my high school friends, my like close friends. We just didn't hang out because we were together. Yeah. You know, and I was just kind of like focused on her and her family, and like this is what we did. So when we split, it was just me, and I was like, oh, what the fuck? So I had to build that up again. Yeah. So
I'm sure it's refreshing to an extent.
Yeah, it's like you're a new person again.
Yeah, it's like you could do everything you wanted to without having any kind of like exterior say. Yeah. Like you don't need to ask anybody to do anything. You can just do it.
Yeah, absolutely. But finding that community after, you know, having like it just like felt like a reset. Yeah. So. Yeah, that was probably when I was really fucking sad too. Rough time.
I think it also made me realize like how important that is, you know? Like having like people around that where you like you feel like you fit in. Yeah. Cuz if you don't have that, you're kind of just like aimlessly drifting. And like, you know, sometimes that's when you do your best shit. It was like your lone wolf and stuff, and
yeah, that's when you build yourself up.
Yeah. I guess there's like times and places for that, or like people are okay with living that way, but
I couldn't.
I don't know if I could.
I can't anymore.
I'd get too lonely.
I used to. I mean, we both used to. Yeah. But
I think it's fine for a little bit, and then it starts to take a toll on you. Yeah.
I mean, that's when I locked in by myself and got on. I got most of my shit together, and then.
But that's what's so good is that like we're both like equally locked in though, but like we don't have to do it alone now.
Yeah, dude.
You know, it's like it's like oh I could still do these things that I felt like I could only do alone because I needed to like lock in and whatever. Like I want to do my own thing, but I found someone that like is so similar in that way of thinking that I can still do those things and not have to be alone.
Yeah, and it's like not only just fitness, it's like also our business that we're like building together. Exactly. It's like, you know, certain like relationships that we're building together, and like friendships and connections and everything like that that we're like able to kind of like branch and like do like everything together and make it more powerful. It's fucking sick, dude. Yeah. It's like Barnes and Noble, you know?
Yeah.
What?
Barnes and Noble?
Dude, Barnes and Noble, you know they made Dave and Buster's? It's Dave Barnes and
wait, it's the same people?
Yeah, and then Buster Noble.
Are you shitting me?
Swear to God, bro. Yeah, swear to God.
Dave and Buster's, Barnes and Noble.
Same company, same bros. They're the bros, dog. Imagine we had Christians and Nathans and Bats and Bolza. Be fucking dope as fuck.
That'd be sick. Yo, I had no fucking idea.
Yeah, dog.
Wait, what?
Yep.
Were they created at the same time?
I don't think so.
So it's David
Barnes and then Buster Noble, I think.
Wow.
Yeah. So what I think happened is they built like the bookstore, and then they built like the other shit for their kids, like the
arcade,
and the restaurant for their kids.
That's insane. I bet you nobody knew that.
That's called conglomeratism.
That's crazy.
We need to do it.
Could you imagine? Way.
Could you imagine that's our legacy, bro?
That's so funny.
I think about legacies a lot.
I think about legs a lot.
Okay. Stop.
Speaking of which, it's International Women's Day.
Yeah, what's up,
ladies? And I feel like we have talked a lot about like relationships and women a lot this podcast. Yeah. This is very fitting.
Yeah. I want to take a woman on a date soon. I think I'm going to make that happen.
shout out one woman that you want to wish a happy Women's Day to.
Mom, I fucking love you. Happy International Women's Day. And my grandmas. Both of them.
Okay.
They're both my ladies. All three of them. I love. Oh, I like my little trio of women right there. What about you?
My niece, Rhea. Happy Women's Day. Her first Women's Day. She's turning 1 in March. She was born on St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, she said
March 17th.
I should not do that accent.
Put an Irish accent?
Yep, I'm gonna hold back and not do it.
She got the luck of the Irish. I don't even know.
No, well, that was like no.
How do you do an Irish accent?
You gotta get like I don't want to. I feel like I'm on the spot now.
You're fucking Irish, right? I'm fucking Irish.
I don't think that's
I'm an Irishman.
What Irishman are you? From what?
I'm the Lucky Charms. I'm the leprechaun. Anyway, yeah. So I'm going to Texas next week. So I can wish her
a Texas.
So I can wish her happy birthday and happy National Women's Day.
How fun!
To my niece. You know what I got her when she was born?
What'd you get her?
So she was born
on St. Patrick's Day.
Yes, March 17th, 2024.
Yeah.
So okay, when you were growing up, or like when you were born, was it a thing where like family members got you like a savings bond?
Nope.
Or like,
nope.
But you know how that's a thing,
yes.
right? So like when I turned 18, I had like maybe 3 or 4 that I had from like my uncles and aunts.
What the fuck?
Where I was able to like go to the bank and cash them in finally because I was 18, and I got like maybe I don't know, like $200 or something.
That's cool though.
Yeah, but it was like it's money. So I was like, what's like the modern version of that? That would be really cool. So on her birthday, I bought 0.003174 Bitcoin and put it on a wallet and gave it to her for when she's 18 that she can spend that Bitcoin. Hopefully it goes up in price.
That'd be fucking crazy.
Is that a good present?
That's fucking sick.
Yeah, it's sick.
That's
right?
smart.
And then
also,
it cost me like $250. And then maybe, her uncle Nathan gave her $20,000 for her 18th birthday.
Is it on like a ledger or something?
It's on a wallet that I have, but I gave her the key.
But you still have the wallet?
Yeah.
You have the seed phrase still?
Yes.
Okay.
I have the seed phrase and she has it.
I'm just like trying to imagine how that's gonna look in 18 years.
Yeah.
Just like.
It's encrypted. I have it in like my password manager.
No, I'm not even talking about that, dude. Just what's going to change in the next 18 years is so terrifying to think about. Because did you see the fucking car that lifts over other cars?
Is that real or is that just a concept?
It's real. But I feel like they shot the video from really far away, so I don't really trust that it's like a really good prototype.
How do you even, yeah.
But
how do you establish laws for that? That's like a whole other...
I'm just trying to picture all the cars flying around.
People have been trying to picture that since the 50s.
Nathan, could you imagine there's traffic in the sky? There's traffic in the ground.
I was going to say, I'm sure there's traffic in the ground before there's traffic in the sky. I mean, there's planes, so technically there's traffic in the sky already.
Yeah, but could you imagine going up the fucking ramp to heaven? To go to you're on the 401 because
like
you're going over.
It's an off ramp, but it's actually just like a ramp where you take turns to like launch into the sky. And there's like lights in the sky.
I can't even fathom that. Could you imagine getting a DUI doing that kind of bullshit?
If there's flying cars, then I doubt you're still driving them. I'm sure it's like automated at that point.
Are you? Okay. I think I want to save up for the autonomous robots that are going to come in the next 10 years that can drive my car to go to like CVS to grab me something.
Oh, cool.
I'm going to start saving up money for that today because that sounds incredible.
I mean, you could either buy a robot or pay for the court fees for a DUI. So weigh the balances, Ooh. I'd rather have a robot. I don't know about you.
I would much rather have
the robot. Little robot family.
No.
Can't divorce a robot.
Yes, you could. Yeah, you can.
No, I'll make it my slave. Okay, do you think?
Very sadistic way
do you
of
think?
thinking.
I saw this podcast clip where someone, I think it was Elon Musk and Joe Rogan, because he recently went on Joe Rogan's podcast, and Joe Rogan asked him, how long do you think it would take to have a full-sized robot that you could have sex with, and that's like warm on the inside, is like lubricated, looks like a woman, and Elon said in the next 5 years that could be a thing. Now let me ask you this:
okay,
what if you found out that your son grabbed your credit card and bought that? Would you confiscate it from him?
I'm returning it. It's not coming. It's
okay,
like,
but It's not what?
It's not coming home.
Oh, but he is.
Ooh.
I think one time my mom,
Sorry.
she was in high school. I bought a glass pipe, like to smoke weed out of,
Okay.
like a bowl.
Sure.
From this website called gogopipes.com. And I was probably like 16 at the time. I was in high school, right? Should not be smoking weed. She got the email. She saw the email somehow that, whatchamacallit, like a confirmation for the order. And she's like, what is this? And that's obviously, I couldn't hide it. It was like a fucking, like a receipt. and then so what it was is I bought it on my debit card and my mom has access to my Chase account. So she was able to see. She's like, what is this charge of Go-Go Pipes? And so then I had to show her. She's like, when the box comes, I need you to give it to me. And like at this time, I knew my mom smoked weed. So I was like, what are you going to do? You're just going to use it for yourself? And like I was like getting into it with her. But I remember like having the tracking information. And my parents are both teachers. So sometimes I would get home before they would get home from school because they taught in like inner city Chicago. And I was like coming home from the burbs, which is like 5 blocks away, like my school was from my house. So I would like race home, grab the package, brought it upstairs. My mom would like be like, yo, where the fuck is the package? Like as like the coming days. She didn't have the tracking information. I'm like, I don't know, it never came, Mom. I think it was a scam website. And then she finally like laid off. And then I just was able to keep my pipe.
What the fuck?
I don't know why that got brought up. Oh, because you said you would return the sex doll. Yeah. It was I called it Volantis. Because me and my buddy, we used to call like our code name for smoking weed was like, let's go fishing. And if you look in the sky, there's a constellation called Volantis, and it's a fisherman. And like your sky, like your high. So I don't know. I thought it was clever.
That's funny.
It's a good name.
Yeah.
It has meaning.
It does. What the fuck is wrong with you? You ran home to hide it?
Yeah.
That's what you hid from your parents? You know what I hid from my mom?
What?
My report cards. I would have to get home before she did, find the mailroom key that she would hide because she knew that I would fucking like, she knew that report card season was coming up and I wasn't doing good because she would never be able to come to parent-teacher conferences. Okay. So I would have to hide the report cards, like the progress reports.
She would just never see them?
She would never see. She would ask me, like, I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah. And
See,
then she caught on. I got in so much trouble, dude.
I grew up in the wrong time because my parents were able to just log into a website and see my grades.
I just missed
any
that
point,
phase, dude.
I just missed that.
I missed that by like 4 years. Thank God.
Yeah.
I would be so fucked.
I used to be like, I remember one time asking my buddy to send me a screenshot of his grades, and then me trying to like Photoshop the name at the top of the screen, so like it looked mine. Because my mom would be like every Friday, she's like, if you want to go out this weekend, you got to show me your grades. So I have to like pull it up on my phone and show her, like this, like the screen with like my grades. And then I remember trying to Photoshop it once. I spent like an hour trying to do this shit to like go out because there was like a party I wanted to go to. Like show her my phone. She tries to scroll and it just goes to my camera roll, bro. And like she knew immediately. I'm like, fuck, bro. Like and then I had to actually show her, and then I didn't.
You didn't get to go out, did you?
No, dude. I failed so many classes in high school. It's actually kind of crazy that I graduated. It really is.
Yeah, I mean,
I actually shouldn't have graduated because my math class, I failed, but my teacher was nice and gave me a D+, which was or D- or something.
was that your senior year?
It was my senior year, so she was just like, Nate, like I'm not gonna be the one person that holds this kid back.
That'd be great. Oh my God, could you imagine if you pissed her off? Because I feel like
no, she was really cool.
Like knowing you as a person, like I know the kind of like class clown you were. Yeah. Like you would fuck around to a point where you would be getting in trouble, but like you would know when to stop.
Yeah. I'd back off and like I'd still be like I was also very respectful to the teachers.
No, for sure. I mean, obviously you're like your parents are your parents, but I feel like and that's the same with me because I never would get kicked out of class. I would always get in trouble.
I always be like Nathan, cut it out.
Yeah,
like,
I would always
fuck around a lot.
I would never get like sent to the office. I would never get like kicked out of class.
Yeah.
But
I wasn't like a bad kid.
Yeah,
I was just mischievous.
Yeah, I just fucked around and talked.
Yeah,
you know. I think that's what I mean. That's yeah.
I mean, honestly, if you think about it, it kind of translates to our work life now. It's the exact same thing. Like we do as much as we can get away with, and I feel like I'm always like testing the lines.
Yeah, and I always was like, what the fuck are you doing? And like we tested very differently. Like you go way farther than I would ever go. Yeah. But also I say things that you would never say. It's just it's just, I don't know, give and take.
I feel like there's an element of respect that comes with it.
Oh, for sure, because we're very respectful. We don't ever like
no, but from the opposite end, like I feel like a manager, for example, would almost lose respect for a person if they sense like fear in that person.
Oh, for sure.
Versus like we come in from an angle where it's like
we
you're still our manager, but
we're
we're like more like colleagues, and we can like fuck around with each other because we know where it turns into like fucking around versus being disrespectful.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think we also understand like that they are like we do work together as like colleagues, but they also are our managers, so we don't cross that boundary of like being too much of a
and like I think we're both really good at reading people's emotions and knowing when it's a good time and not a good time to like fuck around. Yeah. Maybe you better than me sometimes.
I feel like sometimes you come in hot and then you're like, oh shit.
Yeah. Oh my god, bro. Like when I'm like, oh, you crying? And they're like, yeah, my fucking sister just died. I'm like, oh, my bad. That's when I'm like, all right, I gotta back off a little bit. Let me be a little nice.
Speaking of dying, I was watching a video yesterday about death row's last meal, like and like what they would have. Mm-hmm. What is your death row last meal request? And are you watching anything while you eat? Because I was watching someone like I was watching a video and they're like they had this meal, and they were watching all 3 of the Lord of the Rings, like really trying to really trying to extend it. But then other people had 1 olive with a pit, like it's just stupid shit. Like you're gonna be fucking no, you are on death row for a reason. You're a piece of shit. Don't get an olive in a pit just so you can be like different. Like fuck you, bro. You're not different. You're just a dick. But yeah, last meal request.
I think I'd want. Oh man, it's so hard to decide. I think I'd want. There's this place growing up that I used to go to called Poor Boy. And it's like a Chicago fast food spot. In Chicago, you get a lot of these like little like Italian spots on like corners and stuff where they'll make like Italian beefs or like Polishes. You know what like Portillo's is?
Yeah.
It's like Portillo's, but like imagine like a bunch of like family owned ones. Like sporadic, you know? Like get a gyro or like hot dogs or pizza or like a pizza puff. You know what a pizza puff is?
What the fuck's a pizza puff?
It's like a calzone. Delicious. It's so good, bro. So I think I'd get a dipped combo. You know what a combo is?
No, I'm from
it's
Los Angeles.
You know what Italian sausage is, right?
Yes.
Like with the bun
and the
so
peppers and shit.
Yes. Okay. So it's Italian sauce, but a combo is Italian sausage, and they also put Italian beef on it, and then they dip it in the juice, so then it's like wet, and then with some sweet and hot peppers, with some.
How are you eating this?
With some crinkle cut fries and a Coke.
That's your last meal request?
That's my last meal request. I'd go to jail for that meal right now, baby.
It's like there's always like a tell. Like if he really likes something, he'll go like.
Did I do that? I didn't even realize.
You went that. It's a crinkle cut fries and a Coke.
That shit would slap, bro. Oh my god.
Where that's from,
when we go to Chicago this summer, I'm gonna take you there.
Yeah, I want to have exactly that.
Okay.
Okay, and I don't normally like peppers. I hate that shit, and I'm gonna bring gloves because I will not get my hands dirty. That is like
sometimes like the the dip cannot be the move sometimes because as you're eating it, it starts to fall apart.
Yeah, what I dip? Can I have the dip on the side?
Yeah, you can. Because sometimes what they usually do is like they'll make the sandwich.
Okay.
And then they'll get tongs. Grab the sandwich with the tongs and just submerge it in the juice, and then pull it out and then just wrap it up for you.
No, don't like that.
That's how they do it.
That honestly sounds like a nightmare because this is how I'm picturing it. Ready? This is how I'm picturing it: bun, sausage, meat, like a pile of meat. Okay. Peppers, and this is look how fucking
probably like that. Big.
I just imagined how big this thing is.
Yeah.
And then they just dunk it?
Yeah. I think they put the peppers after the dunk.
Still, that's meat, dunk.
It's a lot.
Meat, dunk. That's a lot.
Portillo's, they still do it, but I used to get a Italian beef with cheddar cheese on a croissant. That shit was fucking...
I swear to God, we're going to be at like a 5-star restaurant and you're like, oh, that was so good. So,
like that video I sent you with she's got some big fucking titties. It's like, yeah, she's got some big fucking titties. No, like she's got some big fucking titties.
It's keep going.
And then you're like, yeah, she does.
She has some big fucking
No, like some big fucking tits.
Yeah, big tits.
No, like some big fucking tits.
No, I get it. She had big tits. I
No,
get it.
you don't get it. Some big fucking tits. Like that.
I really hope our neighbors like, what the fuck are they doing in there? Because you know what?
Vocal fry from that.
Sorry, if you're an upstairs neighbor, okay, and you hear some not even loud.
Last night
we were watching Severance. There was no loud. There was no explosions. There was no kabooms.
You're
Yeah, at 12:13, I was on 15 volume. That's not
crazy.
Loud. Disrespectful. But when these fuckers are walking around at 8:30 in the morning with their little heels on, and I can't. No. You know what I grab? Grab the broom.
Have you actually?
Yep. We are fighting back. We are fighting back. It is a fight back 2025. Okay. We are fighting back against the upstairs neighbor. Sometimes we have to stand up for yourself.
It's like a war. Upstairs versus downstairs.
Yeah,
like different factions.
That's why my mom specifically moved us to a downstairs apartment because they would get complaints about me running around and fucking around upstairs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I was a kid. So we're downstairs now. We're downstairs people.
Honestly, I prefer being on the first floor than the second
Me
floor.
too. I don't want to walk
so much
up.
more convenient.
Can you imagine having to walk up your laundry every day?
Yeah, or just
like your groceries?
every little or like when you want to move finally, or even like I don't know,
bringing the fridge down some stairs. Just get a new fridge.
Or a couch.
I'm telling you, the next time when I get like my forever home, I'm all new furniture. I'm not. No. Yeah. This is all staying here. I'm keeping this place.
Sell it furnished.
Yeah, dude. Because I know.
Or Airbnb it.
Moving is such a nightmare.
You gotta get that new spot before the Olympics so you can rent out this place.
Yeah. True.
That's gonna be. I was telling Ben about that. Mm-hmm. He was like, "I want to be here for the Olympics." I'm like, I did too, but then I'm like thinking about the logistics of it all.
No, you don't.
And like how of a shit show the city's gonna be during that time. And like,
especially right here,
it's on my bucket list too to like attend an Olympic event. And like, why like perfect one is in my backyard. Like, might as well go for it. But then I'm just like thinking about it. But literally not half the games, like 3 of the games, right? Like BMX, shooting, and archery or something.
No,
right?
BMX, skateboarding, and archery.
Are all gonna be literally a block that way. So it's like and he was telling me that during the Paris Olympics or whatever it was, that the cheapest Airbnb for like a shitty ass Airbnb for one night was like $1,750.
Yeah.
For one night.
Yeah.
For a super shithole.
So my plan is, and you let me know if this is a smart plan. During the Olympics, I'm going to be renting out my LA apartment, which is 5 minutes walking to 3 Olympic games. If I can rent this place out for a month, I think I could easily make like 10 to 15 grand if my like metrics are right.
Easily.
Because I have 3 parking spots that I can also rent to different people. This is technically it could fit for 6 people comfortably.
Yeah. You could host a whole Olympic team.
Bobsled team.
Yeah, it's the summer Olympics.
Oh, fuck. I think of cool.
The women's volleyball team.
They're so much taller than that would be crazy. I think she could play basketball though. No,
I don't know.
We'll ask her. But yeah, Olympics. I'm trying to. You know
what we should do?
What?
Knowing that that's where going to be, like some of the games are going to be. If it was our intention to attend one of these events, we go there now and dig a hole in the dirt, bury some like booze or something, some like alcohol, some like weed, and then 3 years from now, when the events are happening, it's like they're in there. That's what I used to do. I did it. Okay, that's a lie. I never did it, but I knew a friend who would do that for Lollapalooza in Chicago. It's in Grant Park every year.
That's so
Lollapalooza.
That's crazy.
And then he would like go like a week before, find like a random tree, dig like a little hole, bury like a bottle of something, and then let the festive grounds like do its thing. Gets into Lollapalooza, goes to the tree, digs it up, has a bottle in the park with him, all ready to go. Isn't that sick?
That's smart and also really scary too.
Yeah.
Because you can think about anything that can be put in there.
Yeah. I know what I made that face. We had talked about this in the past, but like I had a less PG version of it. So when I started bringing it up, Christian like give me a look, because you could like put a bomb.
You could put a lot of things in there.
But we're not obviously gonna do that because I have no intention to hurt anybody.
No, but what else? I don't know. I think it's cool. You know, like it's right here. It's right in the backyard.
I think it's cool.
No, it is. Yo, fucking shut the. This is like a once in a lifetime opportunity.
Yeah, no.
And in reality, my grandma lives down the hall. I can still stay here.
Yeah.
Landlord it. Stay with my grandma for 2 weeks.
Or just start renting out a bunch of apartments now.
I need to get on that.
Yeah.
I need someone to tell me how to do it.
What?
Like, I need to
yeah,
figure
so
out
it'd
how
have to
do
be
this.
like a sublease, right?
Yeah. Well, no, I'm just doing short term.
I see.
Like,
Yeah, because it'd be for like a week.
Yeah, I would want to like.
Your landlord probably doesn't even need to know. You just see, I have some friends staying with me.
Yeah, I can't have her know.
Yeah.
I can't like.
the person that lives right across the hall from you can't know that people are saying.
No, like that I'm renting it out.
Oh, okay.
You know.
Yeah.
Like I can't let them know that. You know. Dude.
You're like, no, that's our money to make, not yours.
Yeah, that'd be fucking crazy though.
That'd be fun.
Could you imagine?
I kind of want to go. How much do you think the tickets are to go?
I don't know, but if I'm
Games?
able to rent this place out, we can go.
That's true.
You know.
Pay for it. I just want some merch.
You want some merch?
Yeah. I want to go to the opening, like the torch.
Opening ceremony?
Yeah.
Well, the torch is going to be ran through like everywhere. So, the torch is probably going to get ran through here.
Oh, is it like a marathon or something?
Well, isn't it like, doesn't it go through every city? I know I went down Olympic Boulevard, which is why it's called Olympic Boulevard. Like the torch, like it went through all of LA. It goes through, through the
what do you
valley.
mean that's why it's called the Olympic? Wait, what?
Like
that's why it's called Olympic Boulevard?
It started on Olympic Boulevard.
What did?
Like the carrying of the torch, right?
I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure it's
I think
something
it
to do
started
with
in Rome when the Olympics started.
No. I'm talking about the first LA games here, or the LA games here.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm like,
Wait a minute, motherfucker. Wait a minute. Did you go all the way back to the beginning?
Sorry, I'm also wrong. It's Greece, not Rome. But yes, I thought that's what you were referring to.
So you wrongly went to the beginning. Understood.
Yeah.
Heard. But
you know why it's called a marathon? You know where that word came from?
No.
The word marathon?
No, but what? No.
Can I tell you really quick?
Sure.
So there was a guy, his name was Marathon, back in like Rome, Greece time period. I don't know what you call that.
Rome, Greece time period? That's
the
not
Renaissance. I don't know.
Okay.
Whatever. That's still probably wrong. Anyway, they were getting fucking invaded, dog. And they needed to get the message. I don't know, one of these communities. One of these societies. They were getting raided, or they're getting invaded. And bro needed to convey the message to the king that we're getting fucking invaded, but there was like no one to do it. So my man sprinted 26 miles nonstop to fucking the king. It was like, yo, you gotta get the troops over there. People were dying. Man collapsed at the fucking throne and died. And they dedicated running that distance to him and called it a marathon. And now like people train for it so they don't die, but he fucking just raw dogged that shit.
Damn.
For the sake of his family. He didn't want to get raped and pillaged by the people.
Do you think his family still got like fucked up? Because like if he ran that far, that's a long time. Like he wasn't like sprinting in the whole time. Like,
it would have been worth it though, because now the family name's ingrained in the world.
Is that what you want? You want the Bolden name to live on?
Would you sacrifice your life if it meant that you could have your name like live on?
It depends on
forever?
what I'm sacrificing my life for. I'm not going to
something noble.
Noble, yeah. If in general, like if it was like a noble, it had to be done, or else like whatever. Then yeah, but I don't need my name to be cemented in like that. I don't need that. If I can like do something like be for the greater good, then yeah, I'll do that. I think that's where the difference is like.
Because then there's like the opposite, right? Like do something really bad.
I don't want to do anything bad either. No, I don't want to do anything.
But also, like, do people remember people that are like bad?
Yeah, Al Capone.
Yeah, I guess so, right?
Ted Bundy.
Yeah,
every serial killer.
Serial killers, yeah.
John Wayne Gacy. Remembered. Fucking some of them are I think of
like assassins, yeah. Like people that killed other people.
What do you mean?
I don't really know.
Like murderers?
Yeah.
Like
John Wilkes Booth. You know who that is?
Yes, I know who that is.
I don't know. A lot
Could
of people,
you just ask me if I
wouldn't.
knew? You don't think people know who John Wilkes Booth is?
Probably not.
Who doesn't know who John Wilkes Booth? Who doesn't know that?
I don't know. I feel like I only know because I grew up in Illinois. I bet you most people don't know who John Wilkes Booth is.
I bet you most people do. Let's take a poll.
Yeah, we'll add a poll.
No. Did you figure out that you're wrong about pooping while peeing, by the way?
No.
When's the last time you pooped?
Let me check.
Yeah, because I know I'm right, and it's been confirmed by multiple people.
Last time I pooped was 24 hours ago, actually.
Okay, and did you pee at all?
I don't remember.
But the first time you did after, what happened? Can you please enlighten the class? This would be a nice way
I had
to
a little
end it.
trickle.
So you had what?
A trickle.
So you did you pee? No. That's all I'm asking. Yes or no? Did you pee while you were pooping?
I didn't pee.
That's not what I'm asking.
I trickled.
Did
urine did come out of my penis?
There we go. Then you peed. I fucking told you, dog.
On average, how often do you think, or how many poops a day do you think you take?
One.
On average, one a day?
It's one.
You poop once a day?
Yeah. Always in the morning.
Do you ever poop twice a day?
Depends if I change my diet.
How often would you say you poop more than once a day?
Only when I change my diet.
So how often? Like
if I'm like
in that time frame when you changed it, or like you change your diet and throughout that diet you're pooping twice a day.
Same day.
It's only when it switches up.
If I eat something like different, like after like not out of normal, but like say if we went to go have like burritos at like Sauce and Beer, then I would be like, okay, something's changed in my stomach, you know.
So you would say maybe on average like 1.2 times a day.
Sure.
Well, because my average is 0.81.
Yeah, you don't poop a lot.
I don't. I get constipated. I also don't get a lot of fiber. I just eat meats, basically.
I eat a lot of fiber.
I know. I take fiber gummies, and that's still not enough. I ate 3 fiber brownies last night, and I've been so gassy. Also, though, I weighed in at 173 after plateauing at 177 for a week. So I feel fucking phenomenal, dog.
I felt like shit the first 2 days of this week. Like,
dude, my God. I don't want to talk about that. That was the worst, bro.
I cut back on my calories so hard, and I just felt sickly.
Yep.
I felt like I was in the medieval era on my deathbed, just like a skull.
I don't know how people do that. 1,600 calories for... People do it for like 12 weeks, which is like 3 months.
Yeah, that's exactly 3 months.
That's ridiculous.
I don't know.
How?
You know what? More power to them.
Because like I could.
Congrats.
It was fine. Like hunger-wise, I was fine. Like I was able to make it work. It's like waking up lightheaded and not having energy and like not having energy for a workout, or like waking up at like 11 and then not doing anything all day and then getting tired and ready to go to bed at 10 p.m. again. Like what the fuck? Like my body is just finding ways to like conserve energy essentially.
It has to.
And then that's not sustainable. So I upped it from 16 to 1,800 and I feel a lot better. I even feel like I have more energy.
Yeah, you sound like you do.
I feel like a new man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Newman.
Dude, you see Sam got into an accident? Got hit? Got rear-ended?
Who?
Sam.
No.
Yeah. Like our Sam. Like
yeah.
he got hit by a car. He got like rear-ended.
Damn.
And it got me thinking.
Oh no.
At what age?
You want to get rear-ended? No, okay.
What the fuck? No. But I have my number. At what age do you think that a yearly driver's license test should be required?
Was it an old person that hit him?
I believe so.
65.
You think 65 every year?
You think it's older?
60. Nope.
Younger. Every year though? I would say like every other year.
No, because it's not that hard. If you're 60 years old, you should be able to be on your computer. You can do it at home. I would assume you can do it at home.
Oh.
You know, from 60 to 60. No, I'm
talking
about
like a driving test.
No, like a physical like I would say like you have to retake that test.
The written
test every year from 60 to 65. Then 65 on, you have to drive. You have to go every year.
Yeah. I guess old people have nothing better to do anyway.
What the fuck are they doing? They're supposed to be retired.
Yeah.
And also, if you're not retired and you're driving around, you are the one that needs to go get checked out.
It's always like an old person in like a nice, clean Lexus, but like a Lexus that's like from 2012.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because they barely drive it.
And it's like they're at the point in their life where it's like, am I really going to ball out on a new car when like this one, it does the job and it's like nice?
No.
And what an interesting feeling. Like imagine getting old and then buying a car and be like, this is the car I'm going to drive until I die. This is my last car.
Do you think that's what people think about when they buy their dream cars? Or do you
no,
think it's like
I think it's an age thing.
Okay, but
because like if you buy your dream car like 22, that's not the last car you're ever going to own. Like eventually that's going to shit out on you.
Okay, but if you can no. Say we are our age now.
Yeah.
And we get our dream car today and we upkeep it. Are you getting a new car?
Upkeep it for the rest of my life?
Mm-hmm.
Probably.
You get a new car?
Yeah.
Nathan?
What?
You know what's funny?
What?
We're just talking about marriage. It's kind of the same thing. It's your dream marriage, your dream car. You can upkeep it over the years, but sometimes you might have to get a new one.
Though.
No, I know, but I'm saying like you kept it up pristinely, like the old, because like just like an old 2012 Lexus that the old person has in 2025, where it looks brand new.
But the thing that's different is that
Well, obviously different. Obviously, like marriage is different from cars.
well,
1000%.
but I would say like the thing that's different between the difference or like in between those two is that in a marriage, you're growing old with that person, and I could be like 60 and be like, I want a new car, and the car's gonna be young and fresh, and I can get a new car, but I can't go and get like a fresh young girl because I'm like old now.
Well, if you
Okay, you
can
could.
get a fresh new car at 60, you probably can get a fresh new girl at 60.
Yes,
too.
but like I guess it's like an investment. It's not you're also forced to look at yourself like, am I able? Like it's in your best interest to stay in that relationship when you're 80.
for sure.
Versus like if I'm 80 and I want like a nice car because I have the money for it, then
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a new car because I'm like fuck it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I hope that's the case. And on that note, let's go play some pickleball.
Let's go play some pickleball.
Let's get really high and play some pickleball.
It's been a great time.
we'll see you actually next week for a very special episode.
Yeah.
I don't want to give too much away, but things are going to get a little dark.
Yeah, we'll see you next Tuesday.
Peace.